Did you know there are small, unremarkable habits that quietly do more to make your cat love you than treats or cuddles ever could? The obvious stuff helps, sure, but underneath that, there's a short list of quiet, almost boring moments most owners walk right past without a second thought. These are some of the most powerful ways your cat actually decides how much they trust you. And if you're skipping them, which most people are without realizing it, you might be missing chances to build a bond your cat has been trying to offer you all along. 6 habits. Most of them cost nothing and take no real effort. But the 6th one is the one almost nobody thinks counts as anything at all, because it looks like doing absolutely nothing. We're saving that one for the end, and once you understand it, you'll never sit in a room with your cat the same way again. Let's start with the first one. 1. Keeping your daily routine boring and predictable. Notice how your cat always seems to know when you're about to get up, when you're about to leave, when feeding time is approaching, sometimes down to the minute. That's not a coincidence. Your cat has memorized your day with a precision most owners never give them credit for. Here's the part that surprises people. To a cat, predictability isn't dull, it's safety. Their entire evolutionary history is built around controlling and understanding their territory, and an environment that behaves the same way every day reads as an environment with no hidden threats. A lot of owners assume love is built through the big gestures, new toys, extra treats, long cuddle sessions. But to an animal wired to treat uncertainty as danger, chaos in the daily schedule can quietly keep their nervous system on alert, even in a home that's otherwise completely safe. When your routine stays steady, feeding times, wake times, the general shape of your day, you're communicating something your cat can't get from words. You can relax here. That boring repetition you barely notice yourself doing isn't dullness. It's you speaking the one language your cat's nervous system actually trusts completely. 2. Playing in a way that lets the hunt finish. Ever wonder why your cat ignores an expensive toy for weeks and then loses their mind over a hair tie at 2 in the morning? It's not about the object. It's about how it moved. Underneath the domestic exterior, your cat is still running on hunting instincts that never got updated for indoor life. And those instincts follow a specific sequence: stalk, chase, pounce, catch. Most owners unintentionally interrupt this sequence constantly. A toy gets waved around briefly, the cat sniffs it, walks away, and the owner concludes their cat just isn't that playful. But a toy that isn't moving like prey doesn't register as prey. For play to actually satisfy anything, it has to mimic something fleeing, darting behind furniture, freezing, twitching, bolting again unpredictably. Here's the piece that turns ordinary play into something closer to bonding. The hunt has to end in a win. A chase that never results in an actual catch leaves your cat's instinct unfinished and frustrated. Let the pounce land. Let them physically catch and hold what they were chasing. When you're the one consistently providing that full, satisfying cycle, stalk through capture, you stop being just the person who feeds them, and you become the one who reliably delivers the single most instinct-deep experience their body is built for. 3. Talking to your cat like they're actually listening. If you've ever felt a little ridiculous narrating your day out loud to a cat who just stares back at you, you can drop the embarrassment. That habit is doing more than it looks like from the outside. A 2013 study published in the journal Animal Cognition tested whether cats could distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's using recorded voices calling the cat's name. The cats reacted noticeably more to their owner's voice specifically, which tells us something important. Your cat isn't tuning you out when you talk to them. They're actively filing your voice away as one of the recognized trusted sounds of their environment. A separate study published in 2019 in Scientific Reports went further, finding that cats can distinguish their own name from other similar-sounding words entirely. Something genuinely registers when you use it. But here's what most owners miss entirely. It's not really about the words, it's about the exchange. When your cat lets out a small chirp or meow, and you respond, even with something as simple as a soft acknowledgement, you've just completed a loop your cat opened on purpose. Cats develop most of their vocal range specifically for communicating with humans, not with each other. That meow was aimed directly at you. The owners with the chattiest, most expressive cats usually aren't lucky. They're simply the ones who consistently talk back. Over time, your cat learns that reaching out gets a response, and the exchange itself becomes the bond. 4. Letting your cat's scent stay on you. Why does your cat headbutt you, rub their cheek against your leg, or weave around your ankles the moment you stand still? It looks like pure affection, and it genuinely is, but there's a more specific mechanism happening underneath it. Cats have scent glands concentrated around their cheeks, forehead, and chin, and when they rub those areas against you, they're depositing their own scent and blending it with yours. In cat terms, this is closer to an active claim. This one belongs with me. Colonies of cats maintain something close to a shared group scent, a signal that says everyone here belongs together, and you're being deliberately included in that blend. Here's where a lot of owners unintentionally undo it without realizing. Washing bedding the moment it starts to smell like your cat, scrubbing every trace of scent off shared blankets, pulling away mid-rub because you're busy, all of it erases something your cat has been actively working to build. To your cat, it can register like coming home to find the locks changed. The fix costs nothing. Lean into the headbutt instead of pulling back. Let a blanket or two hold on to that shared scent instead of washing it out constantly. You don't need to understand why the smell matters to respect that. To your cat, it's not a mess. It's the entire point. If any of this is changing how you see these small daily moments with your cat, tap that like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more owners who want to actually understand what their cat has been quietly asking for all along. 5. Answering the slow blink. What if you could say "I love you" to your cat in a way they'd actually understand, without saying a single word? You can, and it comes down entirely to how you use your eyes. When a cat slowly blinks at you and holds their eyes half shut for a beat, that's not drowsiness. In a species where a predator never fully lowers its guard, closing your eyes near someone is one of the most vulnerable, trusting gestures available. Here's the part most owners never discover. It works in both directions. Look at your cat, relax your face, close your eyes slowly, then open them just as slowly. You've just spoken their language directly. Many cats will blink back, and that small exchange is about as close to a genuine, mutual "I love you" as anything that crosses the species line. This isn't just a nice theory either. A study published in 2020 in Scientific Reports tested this directly. Researchers had owners slow blink at their own cats and found the cats were significantly more likely to blink back in response. They then had a complete stranger try the same slow blink, and the cats were measurably more willing to approach that stranger's outstretched hand afterward. A slow, soft blink measurably increased comfort, even towards someone the cat had never met before. Tonight, catch your cat's eye from across the room and offer them a slow, deliberate blink. Don't be surprised if they answer back. 6. Simply existing calmly in the same room. Remember the habit I promised at the start, the one almost nobody thinks to count? This is it, and it's strange precisely because it barely looks like anything happening at all. No treats, no toys, no reaching out, no talking. Just you, existing calmly in the same space as your cat, asking absolutely nothing of them. That's the entire habit, and it may bond your cat to you harder than almost anything else on this list. Here's why it lands so deeply. Nearly every other form of affection requires something from your cat in return. To play, to respond, to be touched or handled. But sometimes your cat doesn't want to be engaged with at all. They simply want confirmation that you're near, and that being near you carries no cost, no demand, no obligation. When you let your cat settle a few feet away without reaching for them, without turning it into a moment, without needing anything back, you're proving something no amount of talking ever could. You're showing them they can exist beside you and be completely, fully at peace. This is the same instinct behind a cat who follows you from room to room and simply flops down nearby without asking for anything once they arrive. That's not neediness. That's your cat choosing your company purely for its own sake, with zero conditions attached. To a cat, that kind of unconditional, undemanding presence isn't a small thing. In a lot of ways, it's the entire relationship, distilled down to its simplest, quietest form. 6 habits, all of them small, all of them mostly free, and every single one of them speaking directly to the parts of your cat that words could never reach.